Alright, let's talk about Iron Fist, because I think he's one of the most misunderstood characters in Marvel Rivals. If you spend any time in the Marvel Rivals community, you've probably seen people call him overpowered, brain dead, or say that all you have to do is hold W and mash your primary. After reaching level 50 proficiency with him and putting hundreds of games into Iron Fist, I can tell you that's not really the case. Yes, Iron Fist is incredibly strong, in my opinion, but only if you understand what he's actually designed to do. He isn't a character that rewards reckless aggression. More than almost any duelist in the game, Iron Fist rewards patience, discipline, and timing. Knowing when to engage is just as important as knowing when not to, and that's something a lot of players never really learn. So in this guide, I'm going to break down every part of Iron Fist's kit, explain how his abilities work together, talk about his strengths and weaknesses, and hopefully give you all a different perspective on what makes this hero so effective. Before we even talk about his abilities, I think it's important to understand Iron Fist's role within the team, because once you understand that, everything else about his kit starts to make sense. Iron Fist is a diver, but he's not the kind of diver that jumps into 6 people hoping something works out. His entire playstyle revolves around finding opportunities that other heroes can't capitalize on. While your tank is creating space and your teammates are drawing attention, you're looking for the cracks in the enemy team's positioning. Maybe a support wandered a little too far from the rest of the team, or maybe a DPS already used all their cooldowns and are just kind of shooting, or maybe someone is just simply distracted by the fight happening in front of them. One of the biggest mistakes I see newer players make is trying to be the one who starts every engagement. That's almost never what you want to do, especially with Iron Fist. If every enemy player is looking directly at you when you dive in, you're making your job incredibly difficult. Instead, you want to let the fight develop naturally. You want to give your tank time to create pressure in space, wait for important abilities to be used by enemy teams, and let them focus on something else that isn't you. Because once everyone's attention shifts away from you, that's when Iron Fist becomes terrifying. He's a character that thrives in chaos because chaos creates mistakes, and mistakes are exactly what Iron Fist is built to punish. This is Iron Fist's primary attack, and while it might look simple for a melee attack, it's actually what makes him so oppressive. Your punches don't just deal damage, they allow you to stay glued to your opponent. Once you're within his 5-meter lock-on range, escaping Iron Fist becomes incredibly difficult. This is why positioning before the fight matters so much. If you can reach your target, odds are they aren't getting away without having to use their escape tools or get supported by their healers, which takes heals away from tanks. Don't think as Jeet Kune as your basic attack. Think of it as the tool that lets you completely take over a 1v1, because that is literally what it's for. It's what you open when you attack. It's what you open up with. Dragon's Defense is, in my opinion, Iron Fist's strongest ability. Because it's not just a defensive ability, it's a mind game. A good Dragon's Defense forces enemies to second guess every time they attack you. When you're fighting someone, it is important to watch for some things. 1. Watching for if the person you're diving has a burst damage ability ready to go for when your counter ends. 2. Watching for if someone on the enemy team knows not to shoot at you when you have your counter up, because when you do that, you know that you can't simply go up to them, hold right click, and then get that bonus health to kill them directly after. You have to pick off people who either have to shoot at you just to make you go away to heal, or just simply forget when your counter is off of cooldown. And 3, just be patient. The more patient you are with Dragon's Defense, the stronger it becomes. I've survived countless situations simply because I waited 1 extra second before proccing it. Good timing turns losing fights into winning ones for Iron Fist. Yat Cheat Chung Kune is the ability that you get after the right click ends for Iron Fist. You basically dash forward and you're able to pursue whoever you're attacking and unleash a flurry of punches. It is another melee ability, and it deals percentage damage, specifically 2.7% of the target's max health. So this is the quote-unquote tank buster ability, and it lasts for 5 seconds, so you're able to do a lot of damage when it's active. Kun-Lun kick is Iron Fist's burst damage tool. It closes distance, it deals solid damage, and it helps finish opponents before they can escape. One mistake I see constantly is players opening every engagement with Kun-Lun kick. Holding it gives you options. You can use it to chase, you can use it to confirm a kill on someone, or you can use it to reposition after your target burns their movement ability, or once you have no more cooldowns to stay in the fight and you don't have your heal. You can just run away, pop your heal, and then go back in. It's very important to remember that every ability is more valuable when it has multiple uses, and you only have one kick, and it's on a 12-second cooldown, so you have to use it sparingly. One of the reasons Iron Fist feels so difficult to kill is because it has a built-in sustain with Harmony Recovery. This ability allows you to recover between fights and stay active without constantly relying on your strategist. A lot of players underestimate just how valuable that is, which is just crazy to me. Every second your healers spend either healing themselves or your tank is like a second they don't have to spend healing you. Managing your own health lets your team function way more efficiently. It is important to note that with this ability, you're only able to get 100 bonus health when you use it on its own. So Iron Fist has two movement abilities. The first one being Crane Leap, which basically activates when you press space twice, or when you press space once in the air. You're able to perform up to 3 consecutive jumps while in the air, and the cooldown is 1 second per jump. His second ability, Wall Runner, allows you to run horizontally along the walls, and you have a movement speed of 9 meters per second. There is like a sort of max distance that I've seen that you're able to actually go before it just like takes you off the wall, but you can just go back on the wall and then it'll reset, so it's not that big of an issue. Another neat little thing is the team up between Iron Fist and Luna Snow called Lunar Chi. Basically, whenever you use your heal, it creates a sort of area effect that can support nearby allies and give them overshield. It gives Iron Fist a small supportive role alongside his normal self-sustain. While this won't dramatically change how you play him, it does create a few extra opportunities. Before you dive, you can consider using Harmony Recovery near your team to provide a quick burst of healing, preferably on an off angle so the enemies can't shoot you as you're just stationary there. Especially if your frontline is taking pressure, I'd say it's a good tool. Likewise, if you're appealing for your backline instead of diving, activating it near your supports can add a bit of extra self-sustain for them so they can kill whoever's diving them. That said, don't hold the heal solely to maximize the team-up effect. Your own survivability is still the priority. Just think of the ally healing as added value rather than the reason you're using it. Your job still remains the same. The team-up is simply rewarding good positioning when those opportunities arise. Iron Fist's passive Chi Absorption rewards him for staying involved in fights. Whenever you contribute to an enemy's elimination, or eliminate them yourself, you absorb their Chi and gain 50 bonus health. While that may not sound significant on paper, 50 bonus health, it's not a lot, it often makes a difference between escaping with your life or being traded out after a dive. Because the passive activates on assists as well as eliminations, you don't always need to secure the final blow to benefit. It's just padding your stats at that point. As long as you're actively pressuring targets and contributing damage, you'll frequently refresh that extra health throughout a team fight. It's important to note that Iron Fist can have a max health of 500, so you can't really abuse this to just always have infinite health and be able to fight whenever you want. All of this reinforces Iron Fist's playstyle of chaining engagements together. After securing a kill, the bonus health gives you just enough durability to either continue pressuring another target or safely disengage if the fight has already been won. Over the course of a match, those small bursts of survivability add up and make Iron Fist much harder to eliminate than his health bar initially suggests, at 300 health. Iron Fist's ultimate transforms him into one of the strongest duelists in the game, for a short time. Upon activation, he enters a powered up state that enhances his mobility, his survivability, and damage, making him extremely difficult to escape or defeat if used at the right moment. The biggest mistake players make is treating the ultimate as an engagement tool. While you can initiate with it, you'll often get far more value by activating it once a fight has already begun. Enemy cooldowns have usually been spent, positioning has broken down because you're like right in front of each other, and priority targets are much easier to reach. This lets you maximize the ultimate's duration instead of wasting valuable seconds simply chasing opponents. Your priority during the ultimate should be the enemy backline. Supports and duelists that are with the supports remain your best targets, but don't tunnel vision. If eliminating a tank secures the fight or appealing for your own supports is more valuable, just adapt to the situation. The ultimate amplifies Iron Fist's strength. It doesn't change his role or anything. Finally, don't feel pressure to save the ultimate for the perfect full team wipe. It is a relatively fast charging ultimate, and using it to secure one or two high value eliminations, win the objective, or just swing momentum for your team is often far more impactful than holding it for several minutes waiting for an ideal opportunity. Now that we talked about Iron Fist's abilities and how they're meant to be used, I think it's important to look at what actually makes him such a threatening character when everything comes together. On paper, his strengths seem pretty straightforward. He's mobile, he has sustain, he sticks to targets, and he deals respectable damage. But if you ask me, those aren't actually his biggest strengths. Those are just the tools that allow his real strength to shine. Iron Fist's greatest strength is pressure. And when I say pressure, I don't mean damage, I mean the kind of pressure that changes the way the enemy team has to play the game. A good Iron Fist forces decisions from other players. Imagine you're playing Lunar Chi. You're healing your tank, like a Hulk or something, who's fighting on the objective. Everything's going smoothly, and then suddenly, you see an Iron Fist climbing the wall behind you. Now, your attention immediately shifts. Do you keep healing your tank? Do you try to use your CC freeze to buy some time to not be so out in the open for the Iron Fist to jump you? Do you back away from the fight altogether? Do you ping for your teammates to peel for you? Regardless of what you choose, you've already been forced to stop doing your original job. That's the value. One thing I think players misunderstand is that impact isn't always measured through eliminations. Some of the best dives you can ever have don't end with getting a kill. They end with two supports looking at you, a DPS peeling for them, and your team suddenly winning the 4v3 happening on the point. That's what Iron Fist excels at. He doesn't attack health, he attacks the enemy team's attention, so to speak. Another huge strength is his consistency. Unlike heroes that rely on landing one-shot combos to kill backlines or spamming their abilities down main, only needing to have good aim to get value, Phoenix, Moon Knight, Cyclops, Hela, Star-Lord, the more Bucky, Squirrel Girl, Punisher. Sorry. Iron Fist is incredibly reliable once he reaches his target. His punches keep him attached to opponents, his mobility lets him stay in range, and his sustain means he can survive long enough to finish fights that other duelists simply couldn't. That consistency is what makes him so frustrating to play against. If Iron Fist gets on top of you, you don't usually lose because of one massive burst of damage. You lose because every attempt you make to create distance gets answered. Every second you spend trying to escape is another second Iron Fist is still on you punching you, forcing your escape cooldowns if you even have any mobility cooldowns, and making your teammates having to rescue you. The longer the fight goes on, the more comfortable Iron Fist becomes. That's why you'll often see experienced players intentionally extend duels instead of rushing them. They understand that Iron Fist has all the tools necessary to outlast many opponents. His mobility deserves its own discussion as well, because I think people in this game often underestimate how powerful mobility as a tool is. Most players only think about movement in terms of getting into fights faster, but movement is really about controlling information. Every second the enemy team doesn't know where you are is a second they're forced to respect all the possible flank routes you could take. You know, sometimes I'll spend like 10 to 15 seconds simply rotating around the map instead of immediately engaging. Obviously, from the outside perspective, it might look like I'm not doing anything, but I'm just waiting for the enemy team to make a mistake. The moment somebody overextends or support loses sight of their team, I already have the angle I need. That's something Iron Fist does exceptionally well. He punishes impatience. Ironically, the hero himself requires patience to be played correctly. As strong as Iron Fist is, pretending he doesn't have any weaknesses would give people the wrong impression. Every character has situations where they're uncomfortable, and Iron Fist is no exception. Understanding those weaknesses is honestly just as important as understanding his strengths, because the best Iron Fist players know when not to force a fight. If the enemy team communicates well, stays close together, and actively peels for one another, your job becomes significantly harder. Diving in lone strategist is one thing. Diving a strategist who's standing next to another support, a shotgun punisher, or a thing is something completely different. One of the hardest lessons I had to learn was that not every game is a backline diving game. Sometimes you simply aren't going to get that opportunity because sometimes the enemy supports our position perfectly. You know, sometimes their DPS refuses to leave their side. Sometimes their tank is actively pointing you out every fight. When that happens, you have to adapt instead of forcing the same play over and over again. And I know that sounds like an easy answer, but that's just what you have to do. Another weakness people don't talk about enough is crowd control. Iron Fist loves controlling the pace of a fight, but the moment somebody interrupts that rhythm, everything changes. Being stunned, knocked away, frozen, or displaced usually means you're no longer dictating the fight. All your momentum is just gone, and suddenly you're the one trying to survive. That's why ability tracking is so important. Before I dive someone, I'm constantly asking myself questions. Did Mantis already use her sleep? Does Bucky have his pull still? Did Namor just use his 2 squids before they got destroyed by a teammate? Did Hela already use her crow? These kinds of questions matter because they determine whether my dive is actually favorable. The difference between a successful dive and instant death is often one cooldown. The final weakness, and honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, this is the biggest one, is overconfidence. Iron Fist has a dangerous habit of making you feel invincible. The fact that you get bonus health when you get a kill or an assist, it just makes you feel like you can do anything. You win a fight, then you win another fight, then you win another fight. Suddenly you think you could fight 3 people at once because the last 2 fights went very well. Almost every Iron Fist player goes through this phase. I definitely did. The problem is that Iron Fist rewards confidence but punishes greed. There's a huge difference between committing to a fight you know you can win and chasing one extra kill that isn't worth it. Learning that difference is probably what improved my gameplay more than anything else. Nowadays, if I've already forced multiple cooldowns or secured an important pick off a support, I'm perfectly fine leaving the fight. Because surviving means I get another opportunity 30 seconds later when I have like all my cooldowns back. Dead players create no pressure. When you're alive, you create pressure every single fight. If there's one key takeaway from this guide, it's that Iron Fist is far more deliberate than he's often portrayed. On the surface, he may look like a straightforward brawler who simply rushes opponents, but that sort of perception misses the true depth of his design and gameplay. Success with Iron Fist is less about raw aggression and more about decision making. The core skills of this are timing, positioning, and awareness, specifically recognizing openings before the opponent even reacts to them. Rather than forcing fights, strong Iron Fist players wait for mistakes and convert them into advantages with efficiency and precision. To speak more generally, Shifting your mindset is what drives improvement in Marvel Rivals and in gaming in general. Instead of treating Iron Fist as a pure melee fighter, just think of him as a patient diver who applies pressure, creates disruption, and capitalizes on missteps from enemies. After hundreds of matches, the consistent lesson has been that his kit revolves around a simple loop. Apply pressure, punish anyone who makes mistakes, survive the engagement, and reset for the next opportunity. Mastering that cycle is what makes Iron Fist both effective and rewarding to play in Marvel Rivals. At the end here, I have a comp game that I was in that sort of shows off all the skills that I've been talking about, and I'm just going to let it play here at the end so you guys can see my Iron Fist in action. And I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just a neat little guide I wanted to do. Most likely won't be making Marvel Rivals content. I just wanted to do this for Iron Fist. So I really like the character, and Marvel Rivals is a fun game, but not sort of a game I'd make a lot of content on. Alright, catch you all in the next one.
It's Jeet. Follow this end. That perked me up. He'll get last. Sorry the wind's turned against you.
Magic, but you got me.
That one hurts. You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
No, not bad.
Behold! Dark child! Better stop that vehicle!
Look who just showed up. Almost bowed out.
I can be reckless now.
Alright, they counter swapped anymore. If anyone wants a combo ult, yeah.
They're walking the point, guys.
Yeah, this magic is really annoying.
Jeff swallowed me.
I am ready to put on a show!
Alright, forced out the Lunar ult.
My headset died right as he swallowed me.
That was badly needed.
Don't mind me. I'm just dying.
Spoiler is so annoying. Please just go in your bubble already, bro. I'm tired of you.
Your minions failed you, Namor.
Go behind you.
Almost bowed out. I'll take that fancy sword now, Magic. Thanks.
Jeff, man.
Jeff, you went.
I'll take all the healing I can get.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Power's pretty low.
I did not know there was my team's rifle.
That magic is lethal, yo. I don't know what to do.
Final 10 seconds.
Alright, we're good, bro. I'm back. Just heal me. Touch. You guys got it, bro. You got it.
I am ready to put on a show.
I gotta kill the Jeff real quick. Someone be on point. Okay. We got it.
Oh, God.
Good shit.
The current score is
Oh my god, that magic.
2,
Bro.
1.
Thank you for the carry, guys.
Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
Yeah, my bad. I degraded. Yeah. Here, don't follow me. Do not follow me. Yep, magic's over here.
Jeff's dead. Rogue's
Oh,
almost
turning
dead.
around. Sorry, I got focused on our front line. Slipperiest magic ever. Holy fuck.
Yep.
Stronger than ever.
Thanks so much.
3 seconds, I can kill that magic.
It's the grand finale.
Luna's up top the bridge. Never mind.
Alright, their supports are dead.
Supports
Supports are dead.
Alright, get the truck.
My fist is fired up.
Right click is on cooldown, sorry.
Right, I almost.
They have portal ready.
How
though.
was he out healing?
I have no idea. No one died. Wait. Okay.
Oh.
This is big. We gotta pick 2 picks. Got stunned by
Nice.
that.
Good time to heal, bro.
Only 60 seconds left.
How is the Strange still alive, bro? Okay, Strange died last. Okay, come on, we got it. We actually got it.
Jeff behind, but he's just in the cut corner.
Nice.
Let's
GG,
go.
GG.
Good game, guys. Love you. Good shit.
15 assists count, bro. You guys didn't carry me. 15 assists count.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah.